Okay, I'm going to try the Magnus Carlsen app at age 7. At this age, he still has not started taking any coaching or any serious training, and so it should be pretty easy. Let's see how he does. Start with my knight. And here we'll support d4. Now we'll start to fight for control of e4. And let's influence d5. Okay, so he's played there to b6. If I play d5, I can take some space. Let's see. Then he can play bishop to b7, followed by e6. I think I can support d5. If he plays e6 and bishop to b7, it will be attacked 3 times. But after e4, it'll be defended 3 times. Okay, let's go for it. Bishop takes c3 is not good for him, even though it doubles my pawns. So I will continue to push towards the center. And perhaps we'll castle queenside. Now he's dropped a pawn. Okay, let's go for it. The full court press. We'll go for playing for checkmate here. The knight only plan can be coming to 4. If knight to b4, then bishop to b1. So let's queen to h6. How can you respond to that? Queen to h6. I don't see it. There's a good response for that. So play queen h6. And okay, so I could win. No, I can't win the exchange. If I played d6, the rook goes to g7 anyway. So I'm thinking, well, let's see. Pawn takes, knight takes, then knight to e5. I think knight to e5 is pretty strong. So pawn takes, yes, okay. Let's bring the piece over to the center. Okay, so now I see if I remove the defensive g5 by pawn takes, the knight comes over, then the knight can go to g5, pawn takes f6, knight takes f6, and then my knight can go to g5, threatening exactly what? Threatening to go to f7, followed by queen to h8. Better ideas. Let's route the knight in to. Let's route my queen knight into f6. Okay, so now I'm going to roll. Bishop takes, and then however he recaptures, you have a fork. If bishop takes e8 and rook takes e8, you have knight takes f6, forking the rook and the king. That picks up the exchange. And there's also mating possibilities when the other knight comes into g5. If queen takes, of course, then you lose the queen to a fork by the knight on f6. Okay, so now the rook attacks the queen. However, the knight comes in anyway and forks the king and the rook. If queen takes knight, of course, queen. Now he didn't recapture the rook right away, so the bishop can escape. It might as well escape by doing some damage here. Well, I don't think the d7 pawn is so important. Probably g6 is a better escape. That at least forces rook to g7. That's easier to calculate there. Bishop to g6 forces rook to g7. And then I can bring in more forces, starting with knight to g5. However, after bishop takes d7, I'm sort of releasing the power of the rook on d1, and that's useful. However, bishop takes d7 fails to rook takes d7. Oh, rook over here. Pawn takes. Now pawn takes. If knight takes, yeah, I don't want pawn takes because knight could take. So if I push on his knight on c7, his knight is tempted to go to e8, and that keeps his b8 rook out of the game. So that's useful. Now then, how about knight here? And unfortunately, that might have been a little mistake, because now I have to give up 2 minor pieces for the rook. I've trapped my queen in there, and that's fine. I'll just check here. And now I'll play here. It goes to g7. My queen will go to e8 for check. Then on the other, we're going to play. And that will be a threat of checkmate. Okay. If the bishop goes there, then I will play here. Now I'm threatening mate in 2. Right, and the rook has to come over there. Now rook to h3 check, bishop takes h3, rook h3 check, king over to g7, and then the queen checks from h8. Then the king comes f7. Then the rook invades. I like that. Rook check, rook check, rook check. King at g7, queen there, king to f7, and the rook invades. Is he out of squares at that point? He's almost out of squares. I think he has to give up his rook at the point. Well, it doesn't help him this way. So now I can threaten mate in 1. Is the queen check for first proper? More proper? I think the queen check first is proper. Now he has to give up the rook because it's out of squares. Okay, I think that's a maiden one. Okay. That's Magnus Carlsen, H7 from the white side. So we'll save the game. Save the game for later analysis. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe for